Hey, what's up guys, Twizzler here coming at you with a tutorial. I don't know why. I feel like I have to say it like that, I don't know. But what was asked was how I made this intro. And I'm gonna go at it basically here. Alright, so there's a couple different things. Basically the Cinema 4D file. If you guys want, we can do a whole separate tutorial where I talk about the actual making of a Cinema 4D. I'm gonna start it off with just importing the Cinema 4D file into After Effects. This is just the basics of it with nothing added to it. It's basic. Oh, actually, I lied. There is a real smart motion blur added to it, just simply because it just makes it look better when it comes in. So yep, there it is. Alright, the first thing I did was I cut it and split it where the impact I felt happened, which was right about there. I made it look like it was impacting on the back wall where Cinema 5 is. I thought I did. Hopefully I did a good job. The next thing I did was I took a screenshot of the still image at this point and created it so it went through the whole piece. The next thing I did was at the impact point I started add effects. So the first thing I did was add a flare where it starts off large. In this one I used this flare. I just used it was a basic one. I just changed the color to red. So I started it at 450, and I just keyframed the points so it lowered down and it went off towards the end. So it's just lowers off and goes down. Next thing I did was add a couple sparks, just because just to make it look a little bit better, and it looks cool towards the end. So basically that's it. That's just the start of it. I went into I took this whole comp, brought it into the second comp, and started working on more effects. So here we go. What do we do? So here's the comp. Once again, I split it where there was a I split it where the impact happened, which was there. And this time I added a couple effects to the comp. I added a turbulence displacement, which can be found in effects, distort, and turbulent displacement. It's a good effect. I like it. It looks a little bit different, and I added an aftershake, which is a plugin for After Effects, and I just added a bit of a shake. And I added, it wasn't really that much of a shake really, most of the thing was from terminal displacement, and I keyframed it so it looked like it came in, impacted it quite a bit, and slowly went out. So I slowly brought it out so it was over here when it ended, basically towards the end of it. And I added some clouds in the beginning of it, just to add it so it wasn't so boring in the beginning. It went from that to this, just so it just add a little bit, Next thing I did was add well, I'm not gonna lie, the next thing I did was add the two black lines, because that just looks it looks professional to me, I think. Next I added the Cinema 5 where I keyframed it so it blurred in right when the impact happened, and went with the effect as it faded, as the I set the opacity of the Cinema 4D file to 0. I left the text there and slowly rendered that out. So it's doing like that. Next is the effect right here. It's barely visible. It's just a slight makes it kind of look like a lens blur effect. I can't really explain it, but you see the difference in it. So it's here doing off, on, off. Anyways, I'm a bit retarded. Alright, so I brought the comp 2 into this one, and I basically just keyframed it and reversed the whole thing at the very end. So I'm gonna try to show it all together, and By the way, if you're gonna bring a Cinema 4D file into After Effects, please add a real smart motion blur because it looks really nice. It just looks a bit more professional. And right here is when it gets tricky. So what I did was basically I just duplicated this layer, and I added keyframes at the beginning and the end, switched them around, and basically just keyframed it. It slowly starts to go out, and then it just goes out. It just goes out. So it slowly comes back, and then bam, it's back. And it comes back with all the effects. And you can tell it doesn't look perfect here, but what I did in I called it Gay Boy too. I thought that was funny. And then the final part of this, let me see how long I've been talking for. Jesus, 6 minutes already? Hope it starts up fast. Anyway, so guys, please, I know I wasn't talking for a little bit there, I was watching BET. It's just this thing I do, you know. Anyway, so, really though guys, if there's anything you guys want to see as an effects, or any questions you have, I probably can do it. I'm actually really good at visual stuff, you know. I'm actually really good at it. I just don't like to do it. So what I did was, I think this was it actually. Maybe was this it? No, that's the Cinema 4D file. Oh, anyways, here we go. I'll show you kind of what I did. All I did was, at the end of it, right when the impact starts to rewind, I simply added a an effect. Actually, you can see where I keyframe stuff. Right where it came back. And anyway, so I keyframed it, added video effects, soft contrast, and alright, so we'll say reset to none at this point. That's a vignette. Change this to blur. Add the strength however high you want it. Whatever, you know, I'll put it like it was good. And then all I did was decrease the depth and decrease the height until it looked good. And so yeah, that's my tutorial. Hope you noobs like it. Please show me a like and favorite for me doing a tutorial at 4 in the morning. And also, I know my sound quality is pretty bad. I have a fan on in the background. Hopefully I didn't mess up all the voice stuff. And I should have a promo out for these for the Gao Cinema. I'm just trying to get my name out there, guys, because I want to get back on the level I used to be at. Because I mean I have over 1,000 subs, and I get, like, if I'm lucky, 150 views a video. So please leave me a like and a favorite, and I will be sure to keep the content coming fast for you guys. Alright, because we're out.